when they steal your song, let's talk about when they steal your song. You know, nobody's gonna give a fuck when they steal your song. Nobody's gonna give a fuck when you running around here talking about I did it first and this was my song and all that shit, bro. Them hoes down there at that new seafood restaurant they just built, yeah, tongue out, all that crazy shit, laughing and shit, eating crab legs and having a good time with their homegirls. They don't give a fuck who fucking wrote or made the song first or if this was somebody else shit, bro. They know this shit rocking and they don't know that you did it. And that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. This is why you need to establish yourself and take proper precautions when being an artist and putting out your works and making sure you hit every step correctly. Because when that hoe that's wearing that bonnet, that live in a motherfucking apartment complex that don't nobody want to go to, hear that shit, you want her to know that it's you. Because when that hoe know you know you got something. It don't matter what genre it is. NAYIMEDWARD $, nigga. Welcome back. My name is Nayim Edwards. Episode 15. Crazy, right? Today, let's talk about when an artist takes your song and you actually have some motion or some behind the scenes or already got a name versus when they take your song and you're nobody. Now, first thing that immediately come to mind, we all know it. Cardi B, Bodak Yellow, and Kodak Black know Flockin. Now, I'm from the South. We all knew no Flockin. This was back when Kodak was young with the low cut, outside, real crazy. Everybody down here already knew no Flockin. My family from Florida. I already knew what no Flockin was. I already knew what Kodak was. Then, you know, they miraculously or whatever, they're signed to the same label. So somebody else that's writing this music for her hears this, or this shit is already so heavy, but it was moving here. It wasn't really, this wasn't like this was a hood hit. You know, this wasn't like a national situation. I just got out of the shower. They doing work upstairs. My bad. He was already somebody, right? We already knew he was. Everybody knew who he was. Somebody heard this. They knew this was a hit, but it wasn't a hit for him. As far as like a Billboard mainstream hit. It's a classic song. Fuck how you feel about him. Fuck all that other stuff. It's a classic song. Her writer, Partisan, whoever, get a hold of this shit and they turn it into like, it's not like a parody, but it's like an interpolation, and we're gonna talk about interpolations tomorrow and why you should stay the fuck away from those. This becomes a classic song, Bodak Yellow, and they had to credit him. They had to give him his respect. He is gonna get paid from this for the rest of his life because they took his song that wasn't working for him and made it work for her. And they pushed that song and they got behind it. He didn't need nobody to stand behind his song and shit. So what's crazy about this whole thing is when you're signed to labels and shit, or just anybody in any type of situation with any type of motion, you got a little bit more protection as far as what happens when your music goes out. Again, they're working upstairs. It's crazy. Like, they didn't have no choice but to give him his credit. They didn't have no choice but to make sure that he gets paid and credited as a writer. And we all know that, because we all would have known, because everybody, when that shit came out, Bodak Yellow, they're like, bro, like, you really eating dick over there. Like, what the fuck? But she said she got the blessing from him. But he already had to have known you're going to get paid for this or whatever. Like, Atlantic Records is not signing motherfuckers based on this and that and that. This nigga's a hit factory. He going to continue to make hits. He's written for other artists as well. People always pulling and taking shit from him, and this is why they don't give a fuck what happens with his career. And they'll be like, I'm gonna slide you the bag, you're gonna get some credit, get some residuals and whatever for the rest of your life, because it's gonna be a lot of songs that work for you that won't work for other people, but it's gonna be a lot more songs that if you're an artist like him, where I don't want to say it's never going to be widely accepted, but you're going to have so much pushback, and it's going to be so niche, and you're going to know that it's so concentrated for what you are, that as long as you can continue to churn out for other people and churn out, he stay working, so churn out shit for himself. That is what's going to keep him over there, keep him relevant, keeping everything. So you got to have your own base. You got to have your own music. You got to have your own protections. They don't give a fuck about all this other shit, nigga. If you can keep working for us, it's all good. Now, unfortunately, that is not the situation that most artists are in. That is one where he got extremely lucky, because they could have just took the song. Well, if he was nobody, they could have took the song, even as he wasn't as big as he is now. Back then, on a global scale. When they take your song, let's talk about that real quick. Wait, before we go to that, just make sure you protect yourself and build your shit up, and make sure there's a consequence for not taking the proper precautions when we out here in the field doing this music shit. If you don't take the proper precautions, they're gonna steal your shit, especially if it's hot and it can move. And of course, they start making the most fucking noise, bro. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever. When they steal your song, let's talk about when they steal your song. Nobody's gonna give a fuck when they steal your song. Nobody's gonna give a fuck when you running around here talking about, I did it first and this was my song and all that shit, bro. Them hoes down there at that new seafood restaurant they just built, yeah, tongue out, all that crazy shit, laughing and shit, eating crab legs and having a good time with their homegirls. They don't give a fuck who fucking wrote or made the song first, or if this was somebody else shit, bro. They know this shit rocking, and they don't know that you did it. And that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. This is why you need to establish yourself and take proper precautions when being an artist and putting out your works and making sure you hit every step correctly. Because when that hoe that's wearing that bonnet, that live in a motherfucking apartment complex that don't nobody want to go to, hear that shit, you want her to know that it's you. Because when that hoe know you, you know you got something. It don't matter what genre it is. Take the proper fucking precautions when doing shit, but establish yourself first. You have to do them both at the same time. You have to take the proper precautions and establish yourself, because you don't want to end up with the Cardi B Kodak situation where look at her net worth and look at his net worth. Her song went diamond. No Flockin, it might be platinum now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas is not bringing up no Flockin unless you from here. You know what I'm saying? We know Bodak yellow. It's everywhere. Everybody push that shit. Nobody gave a fuck about no Flockin, aside from niggas like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be a victim of that. And that shit'll make you bitter, and that shit'll hurt your feelings. Because it's just like, bro, I put my heart and my soul into this shit. If somebody came through, took my shit, or my label won't let me have this because you walked into a situation with no motherfucking leverage. That be y'all shit, bro. Like, look, if you're watching this and you got this far, you have to build yourself. You have to establish yourself. Listen to me. It's gonna be a lot more of your shit that you got to give away, because you not, it's not gonna work for you. It'll be over there and we'll give you credit. You wrote the song. Now these niggas coming in getting paid. They didn't do shit but come in and mimic you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wild ass game. And tomorrow we about to talk about we about to talk about the Sting and the Juice WRLD shit, interpolations. Stay the fuck away from those. Let's go ahead and end this shit right now. My name is Nayim Edwards. I will holla at you.